I'm Dawn, also known as Knittin' Wolf.
And I'm James, also known as Wolf Photo. This podcast is brought to you by Wolf Farms. You can find us on the internet at wolffarms.net. We have a scent of the month every month, and for the month of May, it is To Hatch a Peach. You can get 25% off that fragrance, anything that's like our soaps, lotions, bath salts, the works, and we have other sale items as well. We're showing you Dundee here. Show you how much he's grown. He's
Gained 2 pounds in the last
2 pounds.
week.
Yeah, since you saw him, he's getting big, and his spots. I don't know if you can see that, but he keeps getting new spots every day. They keep sneaking out. He's a bundle of energy, like any other puppy. So he's probably not going to hang out on my lap too long, because he's gonna get wild on us. So I wanted to show you him. Oh, thank you. Yes, I love you too. Don't eat my chin though. But anyway, so I'll let him go so he can go find something to get into. He says, yeah, actually I'll go find a nice quiet place and lay down, because we kind of woke him up from his nap. So anyway, so we want to welcome new and returning viewers. Thanks for joining us today. Got a couple things on the list for our segments. So why don't you go through that? Let them know what's coming up.
We have farm happenings, in the coop, flown the coop, squeal like a pig in the arena, and roundup.
All right. Well,
Farm happenings.
farm happenings. We already saw the number one item on the farm happenings.
Yeah.
It's Dundee. He's doing well. I mean, his first week out, he is a smart dog.
Yeah.
He'll actually be really easy to train, and he's already, like I said, picking things up. But he'll follow Fuji around, and he'll kind of mimic her, and he listens well, and so like I said, he's
Well, like one day this week, we were on a walk and no leash. He just stayed right by my left side, and I stopped, because that's one of the trainings you do. You'll walk like 10 feet, stop, and they're supposed to immediately sit to your left. And I stopped, and he sat. A couple times he went a little ahead of me, and so I did the sign for go around, and he went around me and sat right by my left ankle, and it was like, wow, when I wasn't even actively, because he's still such a baby, but he's, and he knows the speed too. That's another thing in training that you do is, if you're walking slow, they're supposed to stay with you. Walking faster, and they're supposed to gauge and always be watching you, so it's like, wow. But we walked a long ways,
Yeah, I'm all puppy legs working it, but gotta use up that energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Queensland I used to have, she used to be just like that. She'd stay by my side, and I never had to leash her. She always was right there. She's a good dog, so he's obviously got that same trait, which is good. And you can see the shepherding, herding trait in him, because he doesn't, like other dogs, will just chase after things. He actually tries to
round them.
Yeah, he'll come around them and
cut them off at the pass.
Yeah, he'll flank them to kind of keep them from going where they're not supposed to go, because he does that with Sadie. Sadie's his guinea pig, I guess. So he's gonna work on shepherding her, because she always kind of tries to get away from him, and he'll go around and stop her, and not that he does anything bad to her. It's funny because he's always trying to herd her when they're outside. So Fuji's still kind of the boss in the house, so he follows her and just kind of mimics some of the stuff she does. So, which she's smart, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
We don't want him hanging out with Sadie too long, because she's not the brightest bulb in the pack.
No, poor baby.
Yeah, she's cute, which is one thing, but she's not very intelligent, so to speak. So, but that's our dogs. Yeah. They belong on the farm here. So
you built a duck shader yesterday, because we had moved our ducks and stuff around and geese, and so they're staying out where the female ducks are, so there's no shade there. Usually they're up on the porch and are shaded, but
yeah, we had shade areas, and then up where the girls used to be, there was areas they could get out of the wind, and it's a little more protected because it's up by the house. And so now that they're out in the far pens, the ducks stay out by the lake, which is cool, but there's not a lot of protection from wind and sun. So I built some little duck shaders out there. So they got a little area they can get in out of the wind, and they can get shade, and it sits right up against the female JJ's pen, so that they can sit there. And because Fro is always they were in the same batch of ducks, so they're buddies, so they're always side by side. So he'll sit there with her, and they'll sit next to each other on the fence side. And then the females are now next to the mallard female is next to the boys on the other side, so they always sit together.
Yeah, and she has a total different attitude now. She's no longer demon duck.
Yeah, she's happy. She's happy she's with her buddies now, so, which is a good thing. So everything's good out at that end of the farm.
Yeah.
But so that was my major project yesterday, getting that done, because I have to dig it down in so it's in the ground, because otherwise it will blow away because of our wind gets pretty bad. So so now they're protected. Now I had to show them how to actually get in there, otherwise they wouldn't have figured it out. They were kind of afraid of it, so I have to kind of take them and stick them under there, and then they're like, hey, this is pretty good. So yeah, it was good to see them using it, but now they have a little protection out there.
Well, it was cool the other day, this would have been good then, is we had a freak thunder, lightning, flash flood storm, and the only reason is because I had just busted my butt and cleaned inside and outside all the windows. And we have a full wraparound porch on the front, porch on the back, but it was like 40 to 60 mile winds with the rain.
It rains sideways out
And
here
I'm like,
sometimes because of the wind.
Are you flipping kidding me? And that's not what I was saying. I was so upset.
It's like the old adage, if you want it to rain, just go wash your car, right? So you go wash your car and immediately it's going to rain. Well, see, you washed your windows.
Our cousin-in-law, she went and washed her car, Raylene.
See?
Thanks.
Well, it is what it is. So, I mean, we got so little rain out here. Actually, we're statewide drought, so any rain helps. So it was good. But, it just means that you get to wash the windows again.
No.
No? You're not going to?
No. Not for another few years.
Yeah. Oh, and then during the week, you'd seen like a mother and baby egret out at our lake.
Oh, the heron?
Or heron, yeah.
They landed,
Because they come out to our lake every so often, and there was a mom and baby, or a big one and a little one. I really could.
Well, yeah, because I'm wondering, I don't know if in the big birds like that, if the more flouncy ones are the dads, because usually the pretty birds are the boys. Because this one, it had like ruffles for the wings.
Funky.
Yeah, I hadn't seen. Usually they're real,
Slender.
Yeah, this one had ruffles.
Maybe it's the dad taking the kid out, giving mom a break.
Yeah. So that was really cool, and I always have to take a picture through our window. That's what spurred the cleaning. Well, that and Sasha, because she's been having spring,
inspiring
cleaning.
you to actually clean, huh? But yeah, so I got the text at work, and I'm like, oh, cool, nice blurry through the window photo. But
because as soon as I open the door, it's like they
fly. So one more reason why we need to expand our lake, give more room for more birds to come. Yeah, because we get occasional, like the ducks. We had a couple ducks that had landed, and so we get a couple of those. We still have our killdeers and stuff that are out here, and I think there's some. Are the babies out yet? But our killdeers are hanging out again, which I think that means they're going to have some more babies, or someone's going to have babies.
Well, that, and we have Edgar.
Oh, Edgar,
my crow that stays. He just stays. I don't know if his mate something happened to his mate because he doesn't leave.
Yeah, he's out at the lake or he's in with
he actually
Randy.
got in the lake with the ducks the other day and was getting a bath. And
yeah, so I came up with the name Edgar Allan Crow. You get the pun, right? So, the Raven, all that good stuff. If you did high school English, you probably know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I think that's about it for farm happenings, right?
Yeah, I'm sure we can.
I said blah blah
None
blah.
of this was on the list.
I didn't get around to actually doing a photo shoot with Dundee yet.
No.
I've been talking about it, but I've been busy with other household chores. So it's a long weekend, so maybe I'll find some time because it's holiday weekend this weekend when we're recording. So I get an extra day to work.
Memorial Day weekend in the U.S.
Yep. So Monday is off, and so I will either be working or playing, or a combination of both. I tend to do that sometimes.
Yep.
So what's
in the coop? I got a lot of in the coop.
Yeah, I got a mountain of
Guess we'll start
projects
with
here.
and I'm gonna have to leave this all on the table because he's right under the table. This is my Scrappy Happy blanket, and 1, 2, 3. These 4 colors are Sunday Z920. She dyed these 4 from the hot pink to
The green.
Did she do the green? Maybe not the green. Oh no, these 4. She had one on here last week. There they are. I'm like, she didn't. This one had a little bit of green, but. And then I started in on Maddie's mama's. She had sent me a whole pack and did these 2. And then I'm back starting, I guess, another row. So there's 2 here.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Coming along.
Yeah.
Have to lay that out again.
Yeah, and this
at some
was a
point in time.
single. That was kind of
A single
play.
Oh.
So it was like, ooh, felt different. Because most of them are, and that's a Shelley King pattern. And then, thought I bumped the recording. Then
Turn it off.
Yeah.
Start over. Round 2.
In my big old honkin' Sasha bag is my calligraphy cardigan done in beaver slide dry goods. Cosmo just went through here like something was chasing
You
his
probably
butt.
heard. Yeah, you probably heard the rattling of his collar, and then the sock monkey that makes noise.
Yeah. I finished up the ribbing on the bottom. This is the bottom of the sweater. So 1.5 inches of ribbing there and bound off. See, this thing is humongous.
That's coming along though.
It's the whole back sides are done, collar. And so I picked up for the arm. So, and all the stitch markers are where you need to decrease. Yeah, I'm decreasing. What am I doing? So, yeah.
So why do you mark them where every decrease is?
Because it's every 10 rows you need to do a decrease, so it's just easier.
You can take it off as you go though, right? You're not going to do
Oh,
anything.
yeah, but look at it. It makes nice jingles.
Just curious.
Well, because I also need, I think, 8 of them, so then I know I don't have to look. I mean, it's easy to see your decrease, but
You just like to see all your little
dangles.
stitch markers.
Yeah, they're ones I made this week too.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Is it still bugging you? Mm-hmm. Good old fuzzy stuff.
Well, that and the knots, that's just really aggravating.
And the yarn itself? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see how that'd bug you.
So, and that's for our Hannah Fettig knit along, and that ends in a week.
Yep.
I don't know if I'll get that done in a week.
Get
Because I've been
cracking.
kind of, if I was monogamous on it, I could have had it done, but
You
I've been
anxious to,
scatterbrained
yeah,
and-
you've been anxious to.
And the knitting's been kind
Do
of
other things.
slow with little puppy.
Yeah, our little distraction.
Yeah. So then in my little Sasha bag, stitched by Sasha, is my buy this, oh, duh.
Guess you can show some pictures.
Yeah. Pictures. Let's see, here was the featherweight. Oh, no it wasn't. So I haven't worked on that. Calligraphy by Hannah Fettig. This is what the sweater will look like. Sometimes my fingers don't work on here.
You have
The calligraphy.
broken fingers.
Yeah, maybe
It's
my,
Well, you know, those things work even with gloves on. So
what
with
does?
the thing with
Oh, no, it don't.
the neoprene gloves when I'm wearing them. Yeah, it does. Maybe
So-
you have broken fingers. Maybe you don't have enough electricity in your fingers to make it pick up, huh?
So this is By the Sea by Laura Linneman. Lala. And this is done in Unwind Yarn Company yarn. And I just did a little bit on this. It was easy one night to just pick up because it's still just increasing. So
Not a lot,
fun. But
you've been.
it's really bunched up. I mean, there is a lot on here, but it's just something easy to pick up. So, yeah, I hope soon we'll be getting to the two-colored part. But most of her shawls that I have knit are really big old honking shawls, you know. I mean, they're not shawlettes, so it's a good size, hefty.
Finish up your skeiny yarn.
Well, and if Laura of the Knit Girls they do the stash dash. I haven't done it because it's like a 5K during the summer. Trying to, and it's any project like the calligraphy, that would be a good one because I think that's what 1,800 yards, and so you try to, and it's knitting, spinning, crocheting. You try to get that much yardage.
I need to
See, I don't like to be under stress like that.
I know.
Trying to,
have deadlines.
yeah.
Shopping.
I mentally play along thinking, oh, well, that's that much. And then that shawl will be about 500 or 600. And yeah.
Yeah, I need to work on making you an e-spinner so you can get
Get back
spinning
to
again.
spinning. Yeah, because the Tour de Fleece is in July. Because every time I've tried to spin, I have a Louette Julia. Or is that my name?
No,
It is a Julia.
it's a Louette and Julia.
Okay. And
Julia Gulia,
yeah,
like
that's
the
my
wedding
name
signal.
for her. And so it's, but every time I've tried spinning, my knee and just kills. And
You might try doing a higher chair than the one you're sitting in. That may help.
yeah.
But-
Well, that was the chair that I had found that felt good when I did it, you know, but it's like every time it's like,
Yeah, might just need to get you a little higher so you're not.
yeah.
Or I'll
So
just make an
the
e-spinner.
spinning hasn't happened.
So you can-
'cause either my ankle or my knees. I mean, it hurts so bad that I can't even walk. You know, it's like,
And we narrowed it down to your spinning because when you don't have those issues until you
Right.
start spinning, and then you start having issues with your.
and I've even
knees.
tried just doing like 5 minutes, and it's still just.
Here, Miss Tybo Queen, who works out for an hour, no issues, sits down and spins for 10 or
I know,
15 minutes,
it's
and
like-
the knees start bothering you for like days. I mean, it's,
Yeah, it's like out of
Not good.
commission, not walkable. And it's like, seriously, I'm not even. It's frustrating because
gotta
I'm wanting
teach-
to spin so bad, and
Keach Dundee to step. He'll be
oh yeah, what a nightmare! That I've already had to put my bobbin
up.
up,
Yeah,
but that's looks tempting. That's probably going to need to go higher.
yeah. As he grows, he's growing.
Ornery.
Yeah, he likes to get into things. Like
Curious.
every puppy does.
Yeah.
So I forgot how much fun puppies are. Because when we got Sadie, she was 5 years old already, so
Yeah.
we missed out
She
on
was
the
a
fun.
rescue. Yeah.
But Fuji, I think, was.
That was 8 years ago.
I know
It's like,
it's been a while. So
Yeah,
we
these
got
2
to
a.m. feedings
child-proof the house
Yeah.
again, but only up 2 feet high. Everything else is fine, at least at this point.
Yep. So I'm just trying to see what else is in my coop. I worked a little bit. Oh, I guess I looked. This is my my Buddy the Elf sock that I started back at Christmas time, but I never even did a project page for. But I knit 4 inches, 3.5 inches on this week. And finished it off, bound it off, ribbed it. And it's kind of
It's a short sock.
It's a short sock because I've already made a...
Because Buddy the shelf elf is sitting on thing, and
yeah. So
he ate up the top part of your sock.
Yes, he did. So I weighed it, and I'm glad I weighed it because I was like, ooh, I need to do a rib, the cuff, so I can get this bound off. So now I can get the other one. Because see, generally, when you fold it over, I have it the same exact length. But,
I'll look at that. Oh, I was just seeing how the stripes were with the little thing.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Oh, yeah, it still looks pretty good. But,
yeah.
Just curious.
That's the Fish Lips Kiss heel, which is so much fun to do. And I told Sasha, because she had done a different heel, which I was going to try this heel, but she sent me a picture of it, and I'm not going to mention it because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But it was my next heel I was going to try, but the stitches are poofy and on the bottom of the foot, and I am like the princess in the pea. I mean, I cannot stand.
There cannot be a fold in the sheet. Let's just put it
And so I'm like, ooh, that would drive me insane, something on the bottom.
Yeah, bumps to...
And she doesn't care for it either, because I think she even blocked it, and it still got this bump on the bottom.
Yeah,
I told her to send it to me, because I'm having so much fun with this Fish Lips Kiss heel. I'm wanting to really get it ingrained, because you look at the pattern, and you can do a whole section, and then you just kind of glance at it the second time, just to,
refresh your memory.
And I was so excited about this heel that this goes on to the next in the coop.
Our combined project.
Yeah. Well, I could tell he was close to the heel, and he had originally was going to do a true afterthought heel, and you tried these on last night.
Yeah,
and
it's fine.
Anyways, I saw he was right at the point. Ooh, And so you did a couple rows.
Yeah,
you did a couple rows of the white, I think, to finish off your white. And then it was like, oh, honey, I could practice that Fish Lips Kiss heel. And
well, you were explaining it to me, but I think
it
needs focus time, and usually in the evening I'm like, I'm like, okay, why don't you do it? Because you wanted to practice. It's probably the yarn is put through the thing.
So anyways, this is Desert Vista Dye Works in the s'mores colorway.
Yum.
It should smell.
Yeah, you smell that? Graham cracker and marshmallow and chocolate all melty and hot.
So I grabbed his sock, and I'm like, I want to practice that Fish Lips Kiss heel, and I'm like, would need to knit a whole sock.
Perfect timing, I was right there.
So I did I put in a Fish Lips Kiss heel, and I had to do the numbers for it, and because his size is different than mine, but
I let her get it worked out.
It's so much fun.
The next one I'll do, the other one. So,
well, I explained it.
Yeah, well, you're showing how to do it, and
but you need to be doing it as I But it's so cool. So now you're to the. I have no idea what you have done here.
I think you tangle. It's not me. You pulled it out of the bag. Okay.
You tried it last night, and it's like.
I know.
So how did it feel?
It felt good. It actually fit really, really well.
Just like they were made for you.
Just like it. Imagine that.
We'll deal with this later. That's like
I
a mess.
Don't need to worry about it at this point in time.
That drives me bananas.
Yeah, do the instructional video here of how to untangle your yarn from around your circular needles.
I'm like baffled about how you God, that on your foot like that.
I am a special knitter. I cause issues that don't need to be there, but it makes it interesting.
Yep.
Don't want to get bored.
So, flown the coop. I got quite a few flown the coop. First, I did another crocheted dishcloth for the Hudson Valley podcast that she'll be collecting washcloths at the end of the year to give to a nursing home. Mm-hmm. And so, did that.
Yeah, I like that colorway.
Yeah, it's cool.
We were talking about this last night. It reminds me of the sherbet, the ice cream, or sunset.
That's what I kept thinking of, the sunset. Desert sunset.
That blend of colors is pretty cool. I like that. So
I guess it could be any sunset, but we have a lot of the orange and
blue skies.
I know Carrie will know what the heck I'm talking about by the desert sunset.
We patented it out here. Yes. It only happens in the desert out here.
Desert.
You have to come visit us to see what we're talking about.
So then Dundee has been, I better watch where I don't know where he went. Oh, he
camps out at our feet
all the time.
So you got to watch what you're doing.
Especially if you have shoelaces and he gets those little teeth, Yep. So he is so knit-worthy, crochet-worthy. So, Tamora, her name's Kayleen, but she's Tamora on Ravelry. She has a cute cow Ravelry picture. She had told me, she goes, oh, you need to make him something with maroon, because she's a Queenslander in the real...
Australia. Not the fake Australia, but the real one.
And she said maroon is the color. And so I Googled it, and there's a whole rugby team, the Broncos, wasn't it? That's what I said?
I don't
And their colors are maroon and gold. So I thought, oh, cool. So I made him a maroon and gold ball. And this is the big one. And this is Dog Squeaky Ball. It's a free pattern on Ravelry by Rebecca Sider. And I've done these before for Fuji and
well, he had he has there's a couple of them out there that were already made, and he
just loves it because it's exactly his tummy height, so
he can
rolls right on it.
It's quite entertaining.
Yeah. So then I also made him a small one because he just loves these. He just plays constantly. He's got toys out all over the place.
He likes knitted toys, though.
Yeah. So I made him a little one. You can see the size different, and this is a striped one. So, yeah. So Dundee balls. So then, this is going to go into... It's flown the coop, but it's also a squeal like a pig, because Aaron of the Thank God, see, I stop every single Thank God It's Finished podcast on YouTube, sent me this pattern, and it's called Playin' Hooky Disc, and it's by Liz McQueen. And she said her doggies really, really like this. And there's one that's, oops, the picture's kind of hard to, yeah, it doesn't, on the pattern page it shows that it's two-colored crocheted. Mm-hmm. Well, I first did the little one because I wanted to see how Dundee liked it and the other dogs. So it's made out of cotton. This is peaches and cream or whatever. So I made him, it's like a 4.5-inch diameter, and there's that side.
A little beret, huh?
Yeah. Jimmy and James both stuck it on his head, and these really fly. And this, it's not a dog pattern. It's like Frisbee.
It's a toy.
And you're not going to get popped in the mouth and bloody lip, and
you can see what kind of fun she's had with Frisbees, can't you? You got to catch them.
Well, I know, but if it doesn't, boom, how many, or you don't see the person throwing it and it knocks you in the head, and
that's why you gotta
so this is nice and soft. So then I made a big one, And because there's a small pattern and a large pattern, but in the pattern, the large one is colored, like you do red,
rings.
and you're bringing in another color, and I didn't want to mess with that. So I kind of did my own. I used how she was doing the little one and made it bigger. Because I don't like colored knitting or crocheting. I just, in terms of color work, I don't like it.
Pretty cool.
So,
but you get to throw it and...
Yeah, they really, really fly, too. And they fly good. And he loves it. He just likes to chew it. So,
More toys. And now you see it's not just the dog getting distracted, it's the projects getting distracted, too. But he's enjoying it, so...
Yep. He loves it. So is that all that was flowing the
the coop, huh?
And Squeal like a pig. Thank
all
you, Aaron.
packaged up in one
Yeah.
thing. Pretty cool. Now are we in the arena or?
I'm still at Squeal like
Oh.
a pig because a package came this week from Renee, who is U Creek Cottage, and she sent a beautiful card, and then she'd already made Fuji a blanket, and she sewed it where Fuji can burrow into it.
Oh,
And Fuji's that is the blanket.
she likes that one
Loves it a lot. And so Renee made her another one, but a little bit different this time with this gushy, sparkly. So, yeah, it's really cool.
Fold up into that one.
Yeah.
She likes blankets.
It's so soft and cushy, too. Yeah, Fuji's a burrower. She has to be under.
It's funny at night, she'll do, try and burrow under, and if it's not laying right where she can get under it, she'll do this just a little bit and then turn around and look at it. It's gone. Like, come on, help me out here. So you kind of have to lift it up and put it over, and then she can snuggle in and get comfortable.
She loves her blankies, so thank you so much.
Awesome.
So, in the arena now.
In the arena?
I watched 3 new podcasts this week. One, I was super excited because I got invited to the group, is called Moms with Yarn, and that's with Sharon V, who is Sharon, and TB McCarthy, who is Tracy. And I know you probably recognize Tracy is Remembering Remy, the preemie hats.
Okay.
And so I'm like, oh, I get to see what Tracy really looks like.
So they started a podcast?
They started a podcast. Okay. And it looks like it's like Skyped or something.
Oh, okay. So they're each there on the screen.
Yeah, so it was really cool. So I think they had 3 or 4 episodes. I can't remember, but I was so excited because I was like, yay. So go check them out.
How many episodes?
I said 3 or 4.
3 or 4?
Yeah. On YouTube. But I'm linking their Ravelry group. I think it was YouTube. Now I'm thinking if they had it pushed to iTunes. I can't remember.
We'll go to their Ravelry group. I'm sure they'll tell you how to get there. So.
Well, it's hard for me even to remember which ones now are on YouTube, which ones are just, that are on iTunes. I just go and I click my subscription and there they are.
That's it. You just need to know how to get there once, and then it's logged into your...
And then another podcast, I think it was Renee, U Creek Cottage, on Instagram that I saw this one. It's called Bakery Bears Podcast, and it's a husband-wife duo, and they both knit. And he is Dan, who is Obi-Wan Knitter, and Kay, who is Byrony. I'm trying to remember how she pronounced it. Byrony Bear? Byrony Bear? Baroni Bear? Baroni? That's an Italian restaurant here. I can't remember now. I think it's Byrony. Byrony Bear. Wow. Anyway, she's got a podcast, of course, because that's what I'm mentioning, but she also has a pattern of a bakery bear, these cute little pattern bear. It's like looks like a lot of work. I mean, she has little Mary Jane shoes
okay.
on, and
So you
a
get an
dress.
outfit, the whole
yeah,
thing. Huh?
it's fancy little bears. Cute though.
Cool.
So and they're over in the UK, so accent. So that was neat because seeing him knit. He's a newish knitter, but he's done like honey cows, and so it's neat. They were explaining each why they knit, and so I think that was one episode of theirs, and that's on YouTube.
Cool.
And there is a Ravelry group for that too, which I will have linked. And then on Instagram, I saw where Love Sock Wool, which is Sarah, she posted that she did an episode on YouTube. And I don't know if this is going to be a regular podcast or if she's just going to, when she gets new yarn, show it off this way. That's kind of how she talked. So, but I mean, if you want to just drool over pretty yarn, it's like, whoa, so, and you could feel her excitement of her showing her yarns.
So she's digging through her stash or is this
her new
stuff
mail
going,
week. Yeah,
this stuff
like,
going into the stash?
Yeah, going into the stash. So,
cool.
Yep. So if you want some good eye candy there, go watch that one. She
Okay.
has the one episode up. And I will actually link that YouTube because she doesn't have a Ravelry group
Well, there you go.
that I know of yet. Knock on wood.
So go check them out.
Yep.
Might find new podcasts to add into the list.
Yeah. So we have our designer along. I already mentioned that with the Hannah Fettig for another week. Our Hatch and Knit, which is anything you knit, crochet, sew, weave, spin.
Anything yarn related.
Yep. Doesn't matter when you started it, so
As long as you finish it,
finish it.
put
and
it in,
stick
you
it
might
in
win
there.
something.
Yep. So round up.
I guess that's about it. I want to remind you that see, it's buried under all of these projects as scattered across the table. Remind you that you can get a free Wolf Farm video podcast button with any paid order at Wolf Farms. Just swing on by, place your order, and then when you're doing the checkout in the comment section, just say, "Hey, I'd like a free podcast button," and we'll be happy to stick that in with your package when we're mailing that off. And I think that's about it.
So until next time,
Let's get cracking.
and have
Hatch and Knit.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.